The sun hung like a molten coin over Jerusalem, casting long shadows across the ancient stones. Sir Alaric de Montfort wiped sweat from his brow, the weight of his armor a familiar burden after 3 months on campaign. The year was 2157, and he was the last of his kind, a Knight Templar in an age of quantum weapons and neural implants. Deus Vult, he whispered, the ancient battle cry of his order feeling strange on his lips. God wills it, but did he still? The holographic map flickered above his gauntlet. Displaying the position of the alien artifact buried beneath the Temple Mount. The Nephilim, as the world had taken to calling them, had arrived 6 months ago, their massive ships hovering over every major city on Earth. They came not as conquerors but as archaeologists, seeking something they claimed had been left here millennia ago, something they called the Divine Seed. Commander, the excavation team reports resistance at the lower chamber. Lieutenant Chen's voice crackled through his calm. The energy readings are unprecedented. Alaric nodded, though no one could see him. Tell them, I'm on my way. The order had been reborn when the Vatican's secret archives revealed the truth, that the Crusades had never truly been about reclaiming the Holy Land, but about protecting something buried beneath it, something older than humanity itself. The narrow streets of the old city were deserted, evacuated after the tremors began. Alaric's boots echoed against stone, laid by hands long turned to dust. A century ago, this place had been a battleground of religions. Now it was the potential ground zero for humanity's extinction, or its transcendence. The entrance to the excavation site was guarded by a squad of his knights, their power armor adorned with the red cross that had struck fear and hope across the world for 1,000 years. They saluted as he approached. Status? Alaric asked. The Nephilim ambassador is demanding access, sir, replied Sister Fatima, her dark eyes reflecting the glow of her tactical display. They're threatening to revoke our mandate. I'll let them try, Alaric said, stepping into the elevator that would take him 1/2 kilometer below the surface. We answer to a higher authority. The descent was swift and silent. When the doors opened, Alaric stepped into chaos. The excavation chamber was vast, carved from living rock by laser drills and sonic disruptors. At its center stood the artifact, a perfect cube 10 meters on each side, its surface covered in symbols that seemed to shift and change when viewed directly. It pulsed with a blue light that cast everything in an ethereal glow. Dr. Eliza Stern, the project's lead scientist, rushed to meet him. Her face was pale, her eyes wide. It's activating, she said without preamble. After all these centuries, it's waking up. Because of the Nephilim? No, she shook her head. I think it's responding to you. To the Knights. The symbols, they're similar to the encoded texts found in your order's archives. Alaric approached the cube, feeling a strange resonance in his chest, as if something inside him recognized something inside it. The Nephilim call it the Divine Seed, he said. What do you think it is? I think, Eliza said carefully, it's what made us human in the first place. A tremor shook the chamber, dust raining from the ceiling. The blue light intensified, and the symbols on the cube began to rotate, aligning into new patterns. Sir. A Sister Fatima's voice came through his calm. Nephilim ships are breaking orbit. They're positioning themselves above Jerusalem. Alaric placed his hand on the hilt of his ceremonial sword, a gesture that had become instinct over years of service. The metal was warm to the touch, almost vibrating. They're afraid, he realized aloud. They came all this way not to reclaim this artifact, but to destroy it. Why? Eliza asked. Because they know what we don't, Alaric said. What this thing truly is. As if in response, the cube split along invisible seams, opening like a flower in bloom. Inside was not machinery or alien technology, but light, pure, radiant light that somehow felt alive. And in that moment, Alaric understood. The Nephilim hadn't come as archaeologists or conquerors. They had come as supplicants, seeking the same divine grace that had once touched humanity. The seed wasn't a weapon or a tool. It was a gift, left by something beyond comprehension. Deus Vult, Alaric whispered again, but this time with understanding. The light expanded, enveloping him, Eliza, the chamber, the city above. He felt his consciousness stretching, connecting with every knight in his order, then with every human on earth. 1 billion minds joined in a single moment of perfect clarity. The Nephilim had come seeking gods. Instead, they found what they had always feared, that humanity was never meant to be the universe's children, but its inheritors. As the light reached the stars, Alaric de Montfort, last Grand Master of the Knights Templar, closed his eyes and smiled. God wills it. And now at last he understood why.